Hi and welcome to another episode, and what we've got is Pixelwizard's Retro Shop, Ultimate64 or the Elite version, keyboard mounts, version 2, set of 7 pieces plus 4 screws. Now I also bought their Ultimate64 stroke Elite version power cover and button. Now as you can see, I've got the red version and the power buttons, but I also bought, as I just pointed out, the black versions as well. Now the problem that I had was, how on earth do you get the power buttons onto the Ultimate 64 motherboard? Because it's got its own little power button, which is here. For the eagle-eyed versions among you, you'll notice that I've actually upgraded to the Elite version. But my point is, still stands the same, is that it has the power button. Now I contacted Pixelwizard and they were nice enough to reply in a timely manner. Good customer service with that. And what they said is that you should be able to just pull off the button, which you can. There we go. I was too nervous to do that in the previous episode, and the reason was there was no instructions to say to do that. It wasn't apparent that's what you're supposed to do. Well, at least not to me. You can say what you want about me, but yeah, I wasn't too sure. And obviously when you're spending €200 plus on something, the last thing you want to do is wreck the power button. Now with the power buttons, they have 2 versions, one for the Elite and one for the non-Elite. They show that with this piece of paper. There we go, it's just in focus, and as you can see, the Elite version is off-centered. It's not so apparent on this little diagram, but it is there. As you can see, it's supposed to be measurement of 2 and then 1.5 just to show that it's off-center, and obviously what you want is the power symbol to be the right way up, so you know the 1 and the 0, because that's what that actually is of a power symbol. The 1 in the middle should be at the top. So let's find the one that's off-centered, which happens to be the one. This one, you can just about see it's not quite. Let me show them side by side, might be a bit easier to see. Let's make sure the power buttons are the right way around. There we go. So this is the top side, and as you can see, oh come on, focus. Maybe it will focus today. As you can see, the one on the left is a bit off-centered. That's for the Elite. So what I want to do is make sure that the power symbol, maybe it won't pick up. Sorry for all the blurriness, it's just wonderful auto-focusing cameras. Let's try again. There we go. You can just about see that there is a power symbol on there, and of course you want the one to be at the top, so I'm just making sure it's there. Push on, and it's a nice good fit, gives you a nice solid power button there, and of course it'll be stabilized a bit better when it's got its little stand around it. So let's place that there now and move away the red versions, because I don't want the red versions. And this is where I need to screw it all into place, which I'll not bore you doing. Not bore you doing, bore you seeing me doing. Dear me, maybe I should go back to bed and start again. Right, I'll screw all this back together again, and then we'll have a look at what it actually looks like in place, because that's going to sit there. And if I remember, what I need to do is actually hold this sort of at an angle up against the outer base so that it will sit nice and flush. Okay, so I've got my screws put in. I've actually still got like the third-party 3D prints that I got of these clamps before the new rests that are underneath here. They actually lift up a little bit on this side, as in these aren't actually touching the base. Maybe I need to print them out again, and so that they're a bit taller in height, just to help support, because there is a little bit of flex. I don't know if you can, how much you can see it, but without them there could actually be a lot more flex. I do think that this bit needs to come out and produce some kind of support for that area, and it could easily be done from this extended out. So the designers of this could maybe do a version 3 that actually goes out that far. Now I'm going to put in the keyboard, but just before I do that I want to point out the power button. So the power button sits just off to the side, and there we go. You can see that it works quite nicely there. So yeah, let's get the keyboard in and then plug it all in and make sure that it works. Well, as you can see, power. Yeah, the switch on the side works fine now, with the 3D printed version on there now, with the original one taken away. I think what I'll do is tape that down inside the case with some Carnar tape so that I know where it is when it comes to find it again. Maybe that's a bit of an idea. And basically what I'm left with now is that I've got to update the firmware, put the kernels on, and get some games on here, and of course put my SID chips back in place, which I have currently kept like this, just as a marker as being that's the one that I want at the top, and that's it. As always, happy gaming.